Good morning. Hey, did you hear the news?
Cross is coming.
He didn't respond. Cross is coming. It's been cross. We're gluing some tires this morning. It's boring. You don't need to see that. Next, we're building up. It's not mine. Warning, it's not mine. However, it's very close to my build. And it's the second colorway for the S-Works frame sets. So in 3, 2, 1, we're building this. We're just about 3/4 of the way through this build. It is the satin Coast Battleship Hyper Green. This is like Battleship Gray. Charcoal Battleship, something like that. Hyper Green. It looks good. I'll wait to do B-roll after we get it built. As previously stated in prior videos for setting up Force 1 rear derailleurs, the B tension is one of the most critical steps. First off, this screw, right, that screw right there, that needs to make sure that this pulley is at the proper distance from here. If you're not familiar with this setup, please see the link below for more info on this. Initiate B-roll.
Two hours later.
All righty. While we are on the topic of CX bike restoration and CX prep and all the above, I figured let's talk about a topic that probably a lot of folks don't talk about. It's a topic that I think everybody that uses Tubulars should think about and take into account when they are going into their race season. What exactly am I talking about? Re-gluing tires, right? So we spend a lot of money on tubular tires, but we don't always want to have to re-buy tires every single year. Totally logical thing. So what do we do with these tires? Do we leave them on the rim? Do we re-glue them? What exactly do we do? How do we care for them? It's a little late now for the season for caring because we're getting into an actual race season. But if a tire has been properly stored and cared for throughout the summertime and the hot time of the year, then you can totally re-glue it safe and sound and not have anything to be concerned about. If you're running, what's the best way to put it? Gucci cotton casing tires that have not been aqua sealed, or any tire that is somewhat susceptible to dry rot and rotting from moisture of cross time, not exactly something that you can re-glue. You need to inspect the tire. You need to make sure the tire's not moldy. You got to make sure that all the aqua seal is still in good shape and such. But on a tire that doesn't have to, required to be aqua sealed, it's definitely something that you can re-glue without any trouble. Now, you do a proper enough job gluing the tire, it's gonna be hard to get off, right? You're probably gonna smoke your thumbs, and in fact, over the last few days, I've cooked my thumbs pretty good removing these tires. However, one of the things that makes it a lot easier is this is my little trick. I've got this Stanley 100 plus 66-162 USA made screwdriver that makes things a whole lot easier. Our gas and electric guy left this at the house, right? Of course I want this extra large long screwdriver for adjusting my tension on my derailleur, my limit screws on the derailleur. However, this thing is perfect for getting tubular tires off. How do we properly remove the tire? First off, generally the base tape is sewn onto the tire, vulcanized onto the tire, glued onto the tire in a forward direction. We're going to want to go with that so that we don't actually tear the base tape off the tire to give ourselves the best fighting chance. We glue it. So what I do is I start right at the valve stem. You do have to use your thumbs a little bit, but you're going to pop up right around the valve stem. There probably isn't quite as much adhesion there as possible, and we're going to insert this and carefully pry it up. Give it a little wiggle, pry it up, a little wiggle, pry it up. Now we want to make sure not to damage it, and then we finally get all the way through, and we're going to be good to go. Spin the tire. Now, these tires have been taped, and we're gonna wanna make sure that we can get the tape off the tire, because we are gonna be re-gluing this tire. This is gonna be a spare for us. And to save, I mean, the tire's still got great life on it. To save that, we wanna be able to get the glue off of the tire. I sit on the tire like this, and I give it this little snapping action to like break the glue free. I do find that the spinning motion does work better than the like wiggle. So kind of spin it, get a snag. Careful. If you reach resistance, any real resistance, be careful. Remember, we wanna save this tire. And keep working all the way around. Okay. And bada bing, bada boom. Once you've broken the glue, good to go. Step 2 in removing the glue requires heat. Nice little electric heat gun. Nothing too crazy. Low heat's just fine. This usually is a lot easier with the truing stand or something to hold the wheel, but I ain't got that right now, so we're gonna show you the ghetto way. We're gonna begin to heat up the glue. Now, forewarned, if you're using this on carbon, be very careful. Or just, you know, have a professional do it. But, I'm going to heat this up. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we're using just enough. We don't want to tear the tape. You want to be careful. Keep it together. And at the right heat, this stuff's going to start to peel right off. So just go gingerly. Take your time. I don't like taping wheels. We glue the tires. You must glue the tires like the Belgians. This guy's cramping my style. Really need a chair. Back to it. More chair action. And that is clean rim. All right, one down. Uno to go. And once you have 2 clean rims, get back to gluing. Start fresh. You always want to make sure you re-glue your rims after every season. If you leave them in your hot garage, the glue dries out. It's not really the most ideal situation. So do your best to clean the glue off of both rims, clean up the tires as best as possible, and get back to fresh coats on the rim and the tire to make it for a stick-up season. Haha, pun intended. The season is coming. It's coming quickly. So hopefully these little tips help you out. And we will see you guys at the races. And that's it for the day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, that's a wrap. Over and out. Peace.